cleric like doing anything significant of the like this has some kind of possible religious significance?
Who knew about the Mystics? I think it was Crunk knew about the Mystics. The idiot knew about the Mystics. Yeah. The Mystics have some mojo. You're not really sure if it's divine, if it's arcane. Maybe a mixture of both. You really don't know. The dragon seems to have kind of like a cat, kind of rested on its, kind of rested, like sitting down, kind of hunched in front of them.
Not ready to pounce position yet.
No, it almost seemed like they were saying, I don't know, like come hither or come this way or something. You're not really sure.
Charm monster?
It wasn't a spell. It was just notes. But maybe it's charm monster if you spoke in sounds instead of words. Different form of magic, perhaps.
Pull for launchers.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. After about a half an hour, the dragon will reach its head forward and it devours one of them on the right side. And the other three continue to sing or make those sounds, but the sound changes now. Instead of warbling, it's kind of like these short, shrill, piercing cries. If they are, you don't know. The only sound is just like these piercing cries that are almost random, but if you listen long enough, you hear repetition. Like note, rest, note, rest, note. It's kind of disturbing sounding. Yeah, it's kind of grating. Even at this distance, it's kind of grating. Okay. It'll gobble another one. This time it'll be like a low moan, like guttural. That's like a death metal kind of vocal cord thing going on.
Whatever we ask him tells us exactly what's
Just gotta pick them up. All right, so they're.
It's just that it can't
What you've noticed is it's taken from the right side, then the left side, and then there's two left. And it seems like this goes on for a long time. And you notice that the one on the left, a note seems like a little maybe different or out of place, and then the dragon eats that one.
Ooh, it's screwed up, so he ate it.
Yeah. The last one then will become perfectly silent, and it lifts its arms up like this. And it opens its mouth, but no noise that you can hear comes out.
Giant.
Yeah. And he moves his jaw every once in a while, but you don't hear anything. The dragon lays down on its side and opens its mouth, and the dragon will go up, and it looks like he pulls out some sort of tool or small blade of some sort, and you won't even see him because it's almost like he enters in the edge of the mouth, and he's working on something.
Oh, they're the dentist.
Dragon dentist. After about 10 minutes, you'll see he'll come back with blood all over his hands. And it looks like he's carrying something. And he bows, and he starts making that moaning noise again, like when they came up, and it will walk away. So that kind of noise. You don't know. The dragon will lift up its head again, and it turns around and kind of like shakes, and there's like blood that flies out of its mouth, and it'll roar, and then it flaps and flies back up to where the temple was.
It looked like he had all his teeth.
Everybody can give me a roll. 1 or 2 for the demi-humans, 1 for everybody else.
2 for Thimple.
Okay.
Or Steelbeard.
Alright, it looks like he has all of his teeth, but you'll see him stick his tongue out every once in a while and shake it, and there literally is like this giant, it's like someone pulled out someone's tongue and just took a big bite out of it, like a semicircle cut onto the side of his tongue. Do you think that might be some sort of spell component, or part of some ritual, a dragon's tongue? Yeah, that sounds like something that would be part or central to a certain ritual, maybe a specific type of dragon's tongue.
The dragon look like it's going back to sleep.
If you wait long enough, yeah, it will. Well, actually, it's starting to get dark, actually, so no, I'm going to say it doesn't. It's probably, it's close to 8, and that night, when it starts to get dark, instead of sitting at the top of the hill, it seems like he's roaming. Like, literally just crawling all over the hill. You hear it several times. You think it's close several times during the night.
That plus it's got a part of its tongue missing, so it's probably mostly tasting its own blood. It's rather cranky.
Halfway through the night, you will hear it take to wing, and you hear it no longer. And I assume you guys just have like watches of some sort. Whoever's on watch, whoever's on watch at the time will start to hear the noises of the creatures and the animals that come out at night. They seem like they're coming back.
Come along and boil us in our
Whatever's out is still kind of freaked out that the thing is possibly coming back. So while you'll hear sounds and shrill cries through the air, nothing seems to try to knock in the door or kick in things or anything. So you're left undisturbed. So it's another day.
Everybody wants
We'll say it's like a half moon. You definitely see winged creatures. Hard to tell what they look like though in the darkness. But they'll fly in front of the moon if you line it up right, or the stars will turn black and then you'll see them again. Maybe about the size of a car.
What about the size of a cart?
Cart? Wagon? Yes.
Two-wheeled cart or four-wheeled cart?
Four-wheel cart.
Ooh.
Extended cab cart.
With or without team of oxen on it?
I guess just the cart itself. So.
Definitely isn't staying indoors at night.
But it's now daylight, so
Yeah.
check out for
It's morning.
Check the temple.
Study
Dragon never
spells.
came back?
No, but you see lots of blood all over the hill. As it was roaming, it looked like the wound never quite healed.
Dragon blood. Can you scoop something into a container or something?
Probably contaminated, but yeah, I might as well take the empty flask that I just...
There are probably like 3 different pools. As long as you have something to put them in, you have that one
I have
flask.
that flask, so...
So that's empty. It's filled with dragon's blood. Green dragon's blood, if you want to be specific.
Should have figured out a way to like stab it one more time. Eventually, when it dies,
Really brave and ballsy. You would have taken that mandible and poison sack down and jumped in that mouth too. Oh wow, a fresh wound in the tongue.
The Quasit demon, whenever you fill your flask up with blood, it will start drinking the blood.
Oh, he's like lapping at the little pools.
Yeah, lapping at the dragon blood pools.
draw through the stone.
Oh wait, that's right. How the hell does this thing eat? It says his mouth's all so it like sucks through the. There's probably like a little, I don't know, there's a little hole or something. I don't know.
Jello snorting?
I didn't think of that. Yeah, we'll say, okay. His mouth is all welded shut, so he literally snorts the blood up his nose. So,
Good boy. Good boy.
Good quasi-demon.
Anything
Yeah.
seem to change about it?
It seems to be happier. Maybe it was really hungry. You actually haven't seen the thing eat. You don't know if demons eat, but it's snorting lines of blood.
Doesn't seem to bother Flipboard at all. That brother
A little freaked out.
Now Warrior would take some of that dry blood and try to smoke it.
Wait, who does that? Who tries to smoke dragon's blood?
No, the closet.
Oh.
I mean, the snorting it does that. Imagine what smoking it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's in that dry crystalline form.
Smoke dragon's blood.
Dragon crap.
The elf. He's the only caster that's now in the group, right?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you roll under intelligence for your elf?
700.
You think? There's two sides, there's two myths. Some say that...
So 600.
What's that?
600.
600?
900.
900, that's pretty damn good. There's two myths when it comes to black dragon's blood. Sometimes you think a curse follows with it, if you get anything like blood on you or blood on your weapons, and sometimes you think there's a blessing, like some sort of potency or
makes it virile.
something magical in the blood that may be beneficial. And the quasi-demon seems to be laughing it up.
Yeah. Which is enough for my cleric to say, let's not touch.
Yeah, as I say. So my guess is I'm now carrying around a vial of curse.
Maybe. Like I said, there's two like philosophies, sections of thought on that. I don't know.
Number 14.
14?
Next door.
Okay, what was that? This is next door, right? This is a fairly large building. Kind of.
Biggest one on the hill, besides the temple.
It's same construction, nothing different. No windows. The doorway is actually another arch, like the one that had the writing on the back of it before.
Entranceway is on the south side.
What's that?
Entranceway is on the south side.
Yeah, we'll say the south side, yeah. The strange thing is it looks like there's magical darkness, because there's like this pane of black that all the other doors light shone through just like at an angle. Not this one. It's
Can't penetrate.
perpendicular to the ground. It's just a pane of black.
Torch.
Nothing. The torch just disappears into the blackness. It's still lit. It just doesn't seem to be actually giving off light. Did he say no?
Did it bite me?
I bite him. Now stick the bits in there. You've been bitten. What are you asking for?
Scimitar.
Puts a scimitar in the darkness, kind of fishes around in there. There's air.
Still there?
Yeah, your scimitar's still there, yeah.
Let's see. Right hand, middle finger, tip is gone.
Okay.
Right hand.
Didn't you burn that off in that last magical trap?
Right hand, pointer finger.
Pointer finger, okay.
This one's already short.
Nothing seems to happen. It goes into the darkness and completely disappears, and then you pull it. It's like putting your hand in like black tar. It just completely disappears.
I gotta take the coin.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold the coin into the dark place.
Okay. You should roll me a percentage. What do you want to roll? High or low? I'll let you
I'll say
pick.
low.
Low?
I've
Okay.
been rolling low tonight. I don't know. 20.
Okay.
Still rolling.
You feel kind of like a pulse, like you feel like a concert, and just this noise just like hits into you, like this pulse. It's almost like something.
Is it just me or does it
No, it affects everything. You'll see the grass move too, and the darkness will completely disappear.
What do you see inside?
Okay.
Potent coin.
And feel free to make notes about the coin. It did this before. It did this. That way you can remind my ass because I forget shit.
That's a potent coin.
Do not spend that coin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, unbeknownst to the rest of us, the next trip to town, he slipped it into the meter for the card. Totally forgot about it.
So that was
14.
14. Okay. The archways, like at the beginning, you'll see in, and it looks like the room. Like you look at the outside of the building and the inside, it actually looks smaller inside. Kind of like a perspective drawing where the angles all kind of meet at the end. Kind of what it looks like. It looks like everything shrinks as you move further into it. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's a good way to put it. The ground is not dirt like some of the other buildings. Looks like it's polished marble, like pristine white. You don't really see anything, but it's almost like the edge of the, like as you look into the distance, like towards the back wall. Everything is smaller, and it seems to kind of undulate a little bit as you look further into it. Like as you look closely, it looks like it's solid floor. But in the back, it kind of waves and moves a little bit. Grunkle what? Step into the chamber? Okay. It's a firm floor. Feels like it should be marble. You know, it is marble, you know.
I tell Thimble to stick the torch into it to see the size better.
Okay. As soon as you put the torch in the room, it seems like the light of the torch kind of reflects off the marble, or the light seems to just spread throughout the entire building.
Make it look bigger.
It doesn't make it look bigger, but there are, you didn't see them before. There were torches on the walls that seemed to just light up in succession all the way around the building.
Pull that back out, Thimble.
All the torches extinguish. All the torches light up. They all blow up and you die. No.
I looked around for traps. I missed it by 3%.
Okay. Don't see any. Don't find any. The floor is very clean. It looks like some sort of germaphobe meat freak lives here and cleans the floor every day with like, you know, I don't know, like Lysol or something.
I'm gonna tap around with the 10-foot pole, see if there's any different
Okay.
tones of the floor.
You'll tap around and
Bump on places the wall, maybe near the sconces.
you know, you'll be like sliding it and you'll hit like a almost what feels like if there were two pieces of marble together, maybe one settled a little bit, and it kind of hit the edge. And it seemed when you did that, the floor that you were standing on sunk down about an inch. Like, it's about a 20-foot by 20-foot piece of marble. But like I said, the ends kind of fade in, so it's like 20 feet by like 18. You know, it's kind of like smaller in the distance. And it seems like it's sunk down an inch.
Is that where I'm standing at, too?
We'll say that's near the entranceway, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll look around some more, make sure nothing we didn't see the spring in it.
There are two torches that look like they've leaned a little bit on the walls.
What else did you put them back?
And that happened when I got to the edge of a... He always just uses like a
The edge he hit,
Yeah.
if we step just outside of the building, can you still reach out and
Yeah. Oh, well, let's see here.
20 feet.
No, it's like 20 feet in the room, so you literally were standing on the block when it hit the edge. And so,
The one we were on, so...
yeah, the one you were on
I
sunk.
will slide my feet to the left. Do I hit the edge?
You do hit the edge. In fact, when you hit the edge, it sinks down another inch.
I step up on the floor to that side.
Okay.
Up that 2 inches.
Okay. It seems pretty sturdy and firm.
I'm gonna go check out the torches that are on the sides that are kind of
Okay.
popping in. Just looking at it.
It looks like they twist. Looks like they twist more than what they already have twisted.
Okay, everybody clear out from this 20 foot. 20. Am I on something that isn't facing?
Yeah, like I said,
We're the only ones that went into it.
yeah, it's basically the 20 feet of the entrance. So if you can find, especially if you're standing where the torches are,
Yeah.
you're fine.
I'm gonna try twisting the
Okay.
one down.
As you twist it, you'll notice the other one twists identically.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of resistance, but you can do it. As you twist it, the floor sinks.
I'm gonna look back and look down in there. Does it look like it goes into another room or something?
It sinks down about a foot, and then it's almost like it hits something below the one edge, and the one side starts to go down at an angle. So it's almost like a ramp. It's leading down further.
I see like an entranceway or anything.
What's that? Yeah, everybody sees that. I'm sorry, this is 13, right? No, 14. Okay. There looks like there is an entranceway down. So you think you found another entranceway down beneath Darves? Okay, you think you're...
Yeah,
All right, Broncos, Pimple, you're up.
If anybody else wants to jump in, I mean, Targ will go with them. He hasn't
Was that
got
a little drinker?
Okay.
Hasn't shined just a little bit of light. And he moves down.
Okay. You will go down, and you do not have this map. The only map I think you guys have is right underneath the first level. So I think Old Max is charged a little too high for you guys. You only wanted to buy one map off of him.
We had enough money now. We could have bought
Buy a map and put the map it ourselves.
or they can
Sell to
sell
others. After we clean it out, we'll sell the maps to the others. Anybody else can do it.
All right. There is an entranceway down, and you go down. It looks like there's about, let's see here.
Everybody going with him, or is it
Targ will go.
yeah, I think Silverleaf and
we're
Steelbeard will both go because
And
we don't need lights.
Stu's gonna stay where he's at and just notch an arrow in case these guys come running out. Something chasing them.
The room that you guys enter into looks like it's made out of the same material, white marble. It's 80 feet across and 60 feet deep. And there are 4 doorways. So 60 feet deep and 80 feet across. So it's like a sideways rectangle. And you're going to want to put that at the bottom of the page. Or not the bottom, but like a little bit up from the bottom. Like about, I don't know.
near the bottom.
Make 5 in.
Well, we'll just say near the bottom, yeah. Because there's like rooms. Yeah.
Make all 5 in. We'll see.
Okay, so it goes
So
down.
it's 60 feet deep and 80 feet across.
80 feet left,
Actually,
right?
and you might want to make those, I don't know how you want to do that.
Do 10, 20.
You might want to do 20-foot squares. This is pretty big.
Well, we can always just strap on some more
Yeah.
graph paper if we.
Whatever's more comfortable for you, that's fine.
The 10 is easier to deal with.
Yes.
Okay, and 60 feet deep by 80 feet wide. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky to do. I probably should just map. I haven't had anybody map my dungeon like this.
I know.
Like 10
well, that's what I'm making them
years
do it
something.
in that Swords and Wizardry game, and it's a nightmare to try to explain those rooms. Like, well, over in the corner, there's a 5 foot by 5 foot. We're drawing 10. Yeah, it's a 5 foot by 5 foot block that sticks into the top northwest corner.
Well, how about we just do this then?
8 feet
Alright.
up.
That's where it's easier to just have the map one.
Yeah, yeah. I've been trying to run the whole thing as if we didn't have video.
Doorway.
Just don't
So those are the 4 doorways. That's a double door.
Which one did we come in?
We came in.
Okay, it's actually like right here. So, like the entranceway down, just kind of like basically just lowered itself into the room itself. So you're like coming down a ramp, like handicap accessible kind of ramp down right into the center of the room, pretty much.
Did Grunk do anything? Did anything happen when he started moving into the weird, where the rooms?
He didn't move forward. He moved off to the side.
Okay.
So he didn't get to where it's all weird.
Yeah, you guys didn't go down towards the edge. The end of the room. But you found another entranceway down.
Did not enter the room with the chocolate remains. Edible plants.
Snozberries taste like strawberries. What's a snozberry? Okay. So that's what you guys find. The doors, we'll just say they're made out of stone.
Just
like
we'll
random.
look for another mechanism that might raise that back up.
You don't find one below. The only thing you might think of is if you turn those torches up on the above level, that this rampway will lift itself
That
back
would
up.
be bad, because then we couldn't get back up.
Yeah, I'm thinking spike the.
That would kind of suck for you guys if you were stuck on the third level down.
I mean, we could take the knowledge that we have here. And keep going up the hill. And
Could.
deal with the top levels.
I'm not going to tell you guys what you can or can't do, though. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, because we don't want to get stuck down there.
Yeah.
So, and we don't want anything coming in behind us. So that's why you look for a way to close it and open it from this side.
Doesn't seem like there is one.
If there was, we'd say, come down and take a look around a little bit. Close it, take a look around a little bit. If we don't like it, we'll
Well, if you remember just the theory of how a lot of the buildings were made, they were made to keep things in.
Yeah.
So you think it makes sense for them to have an entranceway from above and not from below.
It does, but we don't want to
That's fine.
without a way out.
Well, like I said, you guys, if it gets too hot, you can get out of the kitchen, maybe. I don't
Then
know.
at the advantage of something pursuing us, you're going to run up the ramp.
Where's our map? Oh, no, this is...
I gave you the maps that you guys have.
Yeah, so this map is level 1.
Yeah, you have that completely mapped out. That's the old Max map.
This is like the whole way back.
Yeah, if this makes sense. There's level 1.
So that's
And,
another level.
Still got level 2. You guys are down there, so.
Simulators won't be able to draw any kind of correlation as far as distance.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually, where we're at right now is we're actually outside of level 1 somewhere.
So that would actually be 10, 20. It'd be like 30 feet below that level. Because each level is like 10 feet. 10 to 15 feet, I can't remember.
The other
20 feet.
thing is, well, we could try to leave this open. In case we get stuck down on 3.
Possibly spike the torch holders open.
I'm
But
guessing that they probably, somebody has to turn them for them to work.
They don't just automatically at the time go.
They could.
Weirder things have happened in Tombstone. And I've only played for 2 of them before this one. So.
I would say I'd rather not take that chance.
yeah, we could spike them open, but
could
then you're
spike
leaving
them
it
open.
open for whatever else decides to come out. I mean, the whole point of this
Maybe-
was to keep things in, so
I say we re-secure it and head up the hill.
Okay.
Actually, we should get a pretty good bearing of what this room looks like. So if we end up in this room again, we'll remember it, and we'll know that we've cleared out in that area. If we have to go back to town and come back, we know we can take the shortcut.
So you're saying maybe like peek out through each of the 4 doors? Is that what you want to do?
I'm thinking more like
Make sure we know what this room looks like.
I mean, we could peek or listen at the doors. We might as well listen at the doors. See if
Piece
we
of
hear
chalk.
anything.
We were here.
Okay. You can mark it up.
I'm gonna start checking those doors, listening at the doors. Cyril will go down and check this out a little bit. He did get a 1 for, so we're going around this way, so he did get a 1 for the first door. He didn't hear anything at the double door. He got a 1 at the third door.
So you're going from left to right?
Yeah, I'm just going around it clockwise. So at 9 p.m. and at like or at 9 and like 1, I'm okay. I heard something and that's it.
Even if you succeed, you don't really hear anything. It's silent as the grave.
So to get into the dungeon and hear sounds and grave, you know where to hear that room.
We could pop them open and look since we didn't hear anything.